This is David Hakan with KC Cafe Radio, the Gypsy Wagon Studios in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm here with Jeannine Higgins, who is one of the artists who showcase their music at the Folk Alliance conferences. Welcome, Jeannine.
Thank you, David. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, first off, probably what's on everyone's mind is tell us about when you first learned that your tours and your shows would be canceled because of the pandemic.
Well, it's very interesting because literally a few days before Houston shut down, I did have a show. And it was, a fairly empty room, and I managed to get through that show. And pretty much about 2 days later, Houston shut down. And so it was a weird experience knowing I had shows scheduled kind of a little bit out. It was like, oh, well, maybe the June show, and maybe, okay, well, maybe, surely that July show. And just to sort of see them just one by one just be canceled and,
Yeah.
oh, okay, well, now what?
Yeah. Did you have festivals planned, at least to go to?
I had planned to go to SWRFA, September, and of course, Kerrville, so yes, it's just very strange times.
Yeah. So tell us what the spark was for this first song you're going to play for us.
This song is called She's Nobody Emily Song, and it's a song about the poet Emily Dickinson. Oh. And I love her poetry, and I've always been intrigued with her life. I'm a teacher of English and writing, so her poems were nothing new to me. But this was one of the few songs that I actually did research for, because I knew a lot about her already and, a lot of her poems, but I really wanted to make sure I got the essence of Emily Dickinson in this song. So, I did some research, found out even more about her. And
Cool. Let's hear that song.
The myth is dressed in snow. Catch a glimpse of her face through the window. She won't speak to you all that much. Hidden she will stay. Find her words in rhyme on slips of paper tucked away. She's nobody, who are you? Just a stranger passing through this life. In the spring her garden grows, but you won't see the seeds below. They won't bloom until she's gone. You won't know her till she's gone. Robins come to Emily's back gate. Poems breathe and all that life creates. She writes of morning sky and eternity, love and loss and questions of mortality. She's nobody, who are you? Just a stranger passing through this life. In the spring her garden grows, but you won't see the seeds below. They won't bloom until till she's gone. You won't know her till she's gone. In a different time, her wisdom will be read. She will shine, take her place where men once led. Her eyes like fine wine, through which the world will see. Tell your name the livelong day, how joyful that will be. She's nobody, who are you? Just a stranger passing through this life. In the spring her garden grows. You will see the seeds below. They won't bloom until she's gone. You won't know her till she's gone. You won't know her till she's gone.
I love it. What a great tagline. You won't know her till she's gone.
Says really a lot about the way she lived her life.
Yeah. Pieces of paper tucked away. Yeah. I think you did a great job on that.
Well, thank you. And you know that I guess I should also mention that the song was a finalist in the Great American Song Contest 2019. So.
Cool. Well, tell us a little bit about your background in music growing up.
Well, I can't remember a time when music was not a part of my life. I grew up in a very musical family. We all sang, we all played instruments. My mother sang, she was involved in community theater. So my family very much supported the arts. And I always say that I was born singing, and I just can't remember a time in which I didn't sing. So throughout my life, I always sang in various ways. Had kind of a long hiatus when I was raising my kids, and about 8 years ago, I really just started to kind of come back into writing and performing.
Great. Tell us about your most recent album.
In 2018, I did release my self-titled debut album. By the way, that song, Emily Song, is from the debut album. It's a collection of really very personal songs, and a lot of kind of emotion tied up in the songs. The album is also available at JeannineHiggins.com and also anywhere you stream music.
Cool.
I also had some great musicians working with me on the album. So,
did you record it in your city? Did you find some people there?
Yes, I recorded it in Houston. Yes. I was just trying to remember. John Allen Stevens recorded it. Gulf Coast Recording is his.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Would you play another song for us?
Sure, and this is one that's not on the album. It's a newer one. I want to record this summer, but we'll see how things go. This is a song called Unbroken, and I think of it as a song about sisterhood, and by sisterhood I mean maybe best friends or even biological sisters. And just the relationship through the years with that.
Let's hear that song.
You call today, regret and sorrow on your tongue, speaking of desire for the years to be undone. Neither would confess to the things we've done wrong, carved our own lands, the lines clearly drawn. I held your hand in the treehouse that we made. We climbed up high in the shelter of the summer shade, king of the hill on the grass in the schoolyard. The ties that bind, so fragile from the start. Let the promises we made be unbroken, the bitter words we said be unspoken, our grievances be swallowed up in time. Let it be unbroken. It will be unbroken. We imagine growing old in the same house, all the crazy schemes that a childhood allows. Get back to innocence and where it all began. Try to be like you, so cool and in command. Let the promises we made be unbroken, the bitter words we said be unspoken, our grievances be swallowed up in time. Let it be unbroken. It will be unbroken. Didn't trust that my love for you could last. I heard whispers of the heartbreak in your past. The wounds run deep and the bridge between us vast. Sisters, you and I. Let the promises we made be unbroken, the bitter words we said be unspoken, our grievances be swallowed up in time. Let it be unbroken. It will be unbroken. Let it stay unspoken. It will be unbroken. You called today.
Oh, I really like that. I love the way you put in some of the darker things.
Thank you.
About sisters getting along. That's the real stuff.
Yes, yeah, and sometimes it gets broken, huh? It needs fixing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for playing your music for us today.
Thank you so much for having me, David.
Again, this is David Hakan with Jeannine Higgins.